Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Nithyananda, Paramashiva, 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 Nithyananda.
No worries, be happy intensely, enjoy life, enjoy life. No worries, be happy intensely, enjoy life, enjoy life. Enjoy every moment of life with pure excitement. Always auspicious, always right strategic plan. Ultimate experience every moment. No study, just download from the cosmic archives. No study, just download from the cosmic archives. No greed, no fear, and clutching is the fastest gear.
Paramashiva, 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 Nithyananda.
Being God, being God, being God. Being God, being God, being God. Nithyananda, Paramashiva, hey. Nithyananda, Paramashiva, hey. Master of your destiny. Create your reality. Master of your destiny. Create your reality. Beyond space, time, and mind. Beyond space, time, and mind. Enjoy being in the lap of eternal bliss, eternal bliss. Enjoying being in the lap of eternal bliss. Nithyananda Paramashiva, you are eternal bliss. Nithyananda Paramashiva,
Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Nithyananda, Paramashiva, 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 Nithyananda,
Paramashiva, Paramashiva,
Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Nithyananda, Paramashiva, 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 Nithyananda.
Enjoy life, enjoy every moment of life with you. Excitement. Always auspicious, always right strategic plan. Ultimate experience every moment. No study, just download from the cosmic archives. No study, just download from the cosmic archives. No greed, no fear, unflinching is the fastest gear.
Paramashiva, 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 Nithyananda.
Being God, being God, being God. Being God, being God, being God. Nithyananda, Paramashiva, hey. Nithyananda, Paramashiva, hey. Master of your destiny. Create your reality. Master of your destiny. Create your reality. Beyond space, time, and mind. Beyond space, time, and mind. Enjoy being in the lap of eternal bliss, eternal bliss. Enjoy being in the lap of eternal bliss. Nithyananda Paramashiva, you are eternal bliss. Nithyananda Paramashiva,
Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Nithyananda. Paramashiva, 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 Nithyananda.
Paramashiva, Paramashiva,
Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Paramashiva, Nithyananda. Paramashiva, 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 Nithyananda.
United Kingdom urged to create Hindu-friendly crematoriums. The cremation process in Hinduism is not only designed to guide the departed souls towards higher conscious existence as they carry on, but also to encourage them to be free of their expired body by their loved ones themselves coming to direct terms with the impermanence of the human body and acknowledging the inevitable process of death of the body and the exiting of the body by the consciousness. This process brings a realistic completion to the entire community so that fantasies about our existence, our impermanence on this planet, and the nature and need for our lives is given more clarity for the entire community. Regardless to what extent one was actually involved with the life of the departed one, the entire community is encouraged to reflect upon their own impermanence and any patterns of holding on, resistance to moving forward, and the continued existence of the consciousness beyond the death of the 6-foot human frame. After all, the only inevitability of the life of any human form is the dissolution of the body, and the necessity for the consciousness to move on in some other form. Actually, this scientific process of releasing incompletions from the expired human body has been reflected in recent news of the United Kingdom, where this week the Universal Society of Hinduism urged the United Kingdom's Secretary of State and Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Housing, Communities and Local Government that capacity of the crematoria needed to be increased to accommodate traditionally larger numbers of mourners at Hindu funerals. It was added that more crematoria should be built so that bereaved families should not have to travel long distances or wait for days to cremate their loved ones, and the cost of crematorium services need to be lowered, and funeral service slots should be longer to adequately cover the last rites, prayers, and other rituals. It was also suggested that crematoria should seriously consider offering open funeral pyres instead of cremators, and that dedicated areas for scattering cremated remains in various rivers and lakes of the United Kingdom should be created. If you feel responsibility is a power, you make your life successful.
I am too excited to share about this Enlighten app. 7 things Paramashiva has revealed to do this whole Enlighten app. First thing, decoding all the ancient knowledge repository called Vedas and Agamas. Second, mapping the cosmic principles to your biomemory and making you manifest the reality you want. Third, constantly supporting you to manifest the reality you want through will persistence. Fourth, helping you break your laziness, tiredness, boredom patterns. Fifth, constantly inspiring, keeping you energetic. You will immediately taste success. Sixth, giving you more and more powers, energies. 7, ultimate, literally having an incarnation next to you, protecting, supporting, enlightening, and raising you to the next level. I've just multiplied myself to 7 billion to assist each one of you in a customized way, the way you want. That is Enlighten app. Whether the flights, aircrafts, Vimanas for different dimensions of the universe are bending the time into time traveling. Everything is now getting done through artificial intelligence in technology, customizing it for your biomemory, mapping the cosmic principles to your biomemory and awakening your biomemory. That is Enlighten app.
Modern science says that all that exists, whether manifest or unmanifest, is a probability. Infinite probabilities create a quantum field of infinite potential. An observer collapses the probability wave into a particle. Your intention thus creates the reality. Called the observer effect, it is the very act of observation that precipitates any reality into existence. Hinduism is far advanced than this primitive understanding in the modern day. Hindus know this field of infinite potential as Paramashiva. Paramashiva permeates everything, manifest and unmanifest. He is intelligent, compassionate, and a myriad other auspicious qualities. Our scriptures provide detailed descriptions of how to invoke His presence on the earthly plane, the visualizations that manifest Him, the mantras, sounds that invoke Him, how He looks, His various dimensions, the actions that please Him and have His blessings rain on you, the times in the past when He has manifested for us and led us through a breakthrough. Hinduism knows the art of communing with Paramashiva to manifest any reality we want. And when our effort and all the knowledge isn't enough, He Himself incarnates in human body to show us how, to liberate us, to show us where we are stuck, to take us to oneness. Pratyaksha Pada Puja to His Divine Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda, Paramashiva incarnate. Sit at His sacred feet, let Him awaken you to your field of infinite possibilities, to your oneness with Him. Register now, Pratyaksha Pada Puja.
for our entire being. The way we had, whether it was the darshan or the initiations or the messages that Swamiji had shared, it was just too intense. I just remember a beautiful line that Swamiji says. Every Purnima, every full moon night, the moon is literally waiting to see you, see yet another enlightened being to happen. And so beautifully, the exact cosmic happening that happened when Swamiji got enlightened and experienced that beautiful space of oneness, that thing repeated again yesterday. And it was so powerful. So many people had amazing power manifestation experiences. Many things. Swamiji shared a very important message yesterday night in Tamil. Actually, yesterday morning we had Swamiji's discourse in English, and yesterday night we had Swamiji's discourse in Tamil. Swamiji shared a very, very important, beautiful concept, powerful cognition. So I just wanted to share that with all of you. And so many people had commented that will there be some English translation available? Even I saw some of the comments where people were telling that they're seeing it, seeing the whole satsang in a language that they don't understand just to see Swamiji. So for everybody, just wanted to share a few points, few understandings that Swamiji had shared. A very important thing. How? What action you do does not matter, but the context behind that action matters more. Listen. Yeah, we all think morality is based on what actions you do. This is right, this is wrong. Raksha. The whole law of life. This is how you're supposed to do, this is what you're supposed to not do. Yes, certain laws, certain structure is needed for a smooth flow of existence, for having that blissful coexistence, but much more than just that law. That certain do this, don't do this, just do's and don'ts. Life is much more than those mere do's and don'ts. For any action you do, the context behind that action matters the most. Understand? The very, very, we might think, yeah, I have heard this concept, this cognition. If we just internalize it, it's way deeper than what we understand just at one ear. It's very subtle but very powerful. You may be doing a work. I just remember one, it's like a small thing from the head share. Three men were breaking stones. So a person goes to the first man and asks, that man looks quite frustrated. Then he tells, what, you're not able to see? I am breaking a stone. So the man goes to the second man. The second man he tells that he is building a pillar. Then he goes to the third man, and the third man tells he's building a temple. Understand? The action that was performed for all three the same. First one is also breaking the stone. Second one is also breaking the stone. Third is also breaking the stone. But the context each one was having, that gave totally different results. When you're a visionary, all three were building a temple. All three of them were breaking stone to make a pillar, which will be part of a huge temple. But the context, third man had the context that he's building a temple. So the whole plan, how he does, what timeline he has for himself, or how he maintains himself, whether it's the health part and how much he works, how creatively he thinks, everything is based on that one vision he had. First man, he's just breaking a stone. So he can be complaining about life, telling, oh, life is very sadistic. It keeps punishing me with this work, that work. Or you can be like that mediocre second man, where you think only in a very narrow and short visioned way. So you don't cognize the whole thing, its grandeur. Yeah, he will be building pillar, but nothing more than that. He will feel satisfied, exhausted, just when he completes that one pillar. The third man, when he has the driving force in him, the context in him, as he is building a temple. So even if he breaks the stone, builds a pillar, he is not going to stop the work from happening. He's only going to expand more and more and more. Understand, in every aspect of our life, we need to scan it and just as Sid wash it with this cognition, with all these understandings. The context that you have matters much more than the action you do. Context is higher than the action that you perform. It's a very, very evil. Usually, people will feel that what is there? I've heard all these philosophies. This is much different from what you might have been introduced to as morality. Morality. Okay, what is that you're trying to achieve by confining your whole life to just trying to fit in into that morality? I'm not telling you to be immoral, but think in an expansive way. Think, cognize. When you see everything, cognize from that understanding. So this is one of the understandings of the truth that Swamiji had shared yesterday night. Tamil satsang. How context is higher than the action that you perform. Swamiji also shared a beautiful story of Kannappa Nayanar. Kannappa Nayanar was uh, actually, he was a hunter, and he wasn't introduced to any of this worship, deity, Hinduism, none of it. All he knew was hunting, hunting, hunting. Suddenly, one day, he comes to a place in the forest itself where there's a shivering. He doesn't know what it is. He just tries going closer to it. Suddenly, he feels something different happening within him. He's so happy. He hadn't taken any kind of alcohol, but he was in that high. So, what he saw, the Shivalinga, that did not, like, he didn't get some feeling connection, none of those. It instigated some beautiful feeling within him. So, he decided to come there every day. And now, since he's feeling so connected to that Shivalinga, he decides to feed the Shivalinga. And he tastes, he goes around the forest, gets all the fruits. He himself tastes individually from each of those fruits, and the best ones he gives to the Shivalinga. He does all of these. One day, it happened so that the priest of the Shivalinga had come that way, and he hid behind the tree to see what this fellow was going to be doing. Napanayana also came, and that day he wanted to offer a sacred abhishek, sacred offering of bath. He fills his mouth with water and comes and literally pours that out of his mouth on the Shivalinga. If anyone of you had known the Agamas or even the Puranic scriptures, you know how this would become a huge problem in Sanatana Dharma. But because of the way his devotion was, what happened in his inner spirit? What happened in his fundamental cognition? He goes, pours that water out of his mouth, but just turns out it's a nectar. Priest was shocked seeing. He was totally shocked. How can he spit water on Shivalinga? When the priest was about to go and stop him, something interesting happened. The Shivalinga started bleeding in one of the eyes. This drove Kannapanayana crazy. He immediately doesn't even wait for a moment. He just plucks out one of his eye and gives. Doesn't stop. Starts bleeding in the other eye. He puts his toe on the eye to stop bleeding from happening. Plucked out his own eye and put it there. Immediately Paramashiva appears and tells, "Stop. I have accepted your devotion and you will be blessed back." He blesses them with sight back. The whole context from which Kannappa Nayanar functions, that context, that is of pure devotion, that prevented him from falling for anything else. Let us all get ready, prepare ourselves, close your eyes, inhale and exhale deeply and slowly. Start chanting the Mahavakya intensely.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda. Paramashivoham.
This is the story of life. This is the story of you. For 40 billion years, the individual soul, not necessarily in the form of human, existed on earth. In these 40 billion years, 5 times another planet collided with Earth. Earth burned out and all lives were totally annihilated. But somehow, from somewhere, life comes back to Earth. Some stone, some rock, which flew from Earth containing some form of life, some DNA trapped in it, comes back to Earth, falls into the ocean, and life starts again. Hindu religious scriptures have always said it, and now modern day science is glimpsing this too. 40 billion years, 5 times completely wiped out. But life happens again. That piece of DNA in that stone thrown into the Milky Way galaxy and back to Earth, back to life, for one and only reason, to experience oneness with Paramashivam. Amoeba to fish, fish to tortoise, tortoise to crocodile, to monkey to man, man to divine superhuman. Life manifests on earth as an intense seeking to experience Paramashiva, to experience the state, space, powers and the being of Paramashiva. Sanatana Hindu Dharma are direct revelations from the cosmos about the science and art of giving life a super conscious breakthrough. Sanatana Hindu Dharma reveals how every move, every act, every worship we perform can establish us in oneness with Paramashiva and lead us to this super conscious breakthrough. But things have gone dangerously wrong. Even a few hundred years ago, 56 nations, where the religion was officially Sanatana Hindu Dharma existed, where this lifestyle of oneness with Paramashiva was the very foundation. And now, there is not a single one. Hindu knowledge has been systematically decimated. The practitioners, Hindus, have been violently persecuted. Hindu temples pillaged, Hindu scientists killed and tortured. The enlightened Hindu lifestyle has been deliberately destroyed. Collective delusion runs riot. Hindus have been brainwashed into believing that anything Western is superior. Vested interests are now forcing on humanity choices that threaten the very existence of life itself. Man has lost touch with his original purpose. Man has lost touch with his Paramashivatva. The truth is, only if Hinduism is powerfully revived will planet Earth even continue to exist. Only if Sanatana Hindu Dharma is alive does life even have a future on earth. Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the science and art of giving life a super-conscious breakthrough. The last remaining lamb, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Only if he can transmit this knowledge and experience will humanity even survive. Only if Sanatana Hindu Dharma is alive will planet Earth continue to exist. Paramashivoham. Allow yourself to be initiated into the state, the space, the superpowers and the being of Paramashivam. It is what you have been seeking since the beginning of time. The purpose of very life. Is it on the brink of fulfillment or on the brink of extinction? You decide. Modern science says that all that exists, whether manifest or unmanifest, is a probability. Infinite probabilities create a quantum field of infinite potential. An observer collapses the probability wave into a particle. Your intention thus creates the reality. Called the observer effect, it is the very act of observation that precipitates any reality into existence. Hinduism is far advanced than this primitive understanding in the modern day. Hindus know this field of infinite potential as Paramashiva. Paramashiva permeates everything, manifest and unmanifest. He is intelligent, compassionate, and a myriad other auspicious qualities. Our scriptures provide detailed descriptions of how to invoke His presence on the earthly plane, the visualizations that manifest Him, the mantras, sounds that invoke Him, how He looks, His various dimensions, the actions that please Him and have His blessings rain on you, the times in the past when He has manifested for us and led us through a breakthrough. Hinduism knows the art of communing with Paramashiva to manifest any reality we want. And when our effort and all the knowledge isn't enough, He Himself incarnates in human body to show us how, to liberate us, to show us where we are stuck, to take us to oneness. Pratyaksha Pada Puja to His Divine Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda, Paramashiva incarnate. Sit at His sacred feet, let Him awaken you to your field of infinite possibilities, to your oneness with Him. Register now, Pratyaksha Pada Puja.
I'm too excited to share about this Enlighten app. 7 things Paramashiva has revealed to do this whole Enlighten app. First thing, decoding all the ancient knowledge repository called Vedas and Agamas. Second, mapping the cosmic principles to your biomemory and making you manifest the reality you want. Third, constantly supporting you to manifest the reality you want through will persistence. Fourth, helping you break your laziness, tiredness, boredom patterns. Fifth, constantly inspiring, keeping you energetic. You will immediately taste success. Sixth, giving you more and more powers, energies. Seventh, ultimately, literally having an incarnation next to you, protecting, supporting, enlightening, and raising you to the next level. I've just multiplied myself to 7 billion to assist each one of you in a customized way, the way you want. That is Enlighten app. Whether the flights, aircrafts, vimanas for different dimensions of the universe are bending the time into time traveling, everything is now getting done through artificial intelligence in technology, customizing it for your biomemory, mapping the cosmic principles to your biomemory and awakening your biomemory. That is Enlighten app.
नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I'll enter into the second verse of Isavasya Upanishad. Please chant along with me. Kuruvanneveha karmani jijivishechadaggo samaha evam tvayinanya tetosti nagarma lipyate nare. Chant again. Kuruvanneveha karmani jijivishechadaggo samaha evam tvayinanyatetosti na karma lipyate nare. Listen. Chant once more. Kuruvanneveha karmani jijivishechadaggo samaha एवं त्वयि नान्यदेतोऽस्ति न कर्म लिप्यते नरे. Listen to the translation. One should desire to live in this world for hundreds of years, all the while doing his deeds dispassionately as sanctioned by the scriptures, and treating them as his offerings to Ishvara or the quintessential Supreme Lord is the Lord of whole creation. In this way, the deeds done by you, the man shall not cling to you. The deeds done by you shall not cling to you. The deeds will not cast their good or bad effects upon the doer of those deeds simply because they are being done with the doer mentally convinced that he has not done them. He is not intellectually and mentally committed to these deeds, or they are done without his claiming any rights over fruits of those deeds. There is no other way by which a man can free himself from the bondage created by the deeds. I'll give you the translation of some of the scholars and then give you my translation, and of course, above all, the interception from the Upanishadic rishis. Please understand. Exactly this verse means you should live. Your cognition should decide to live. Understand? One of the biggest problem all human beings have. Please listen. Whether you don't have money, enough money in your bank, or you don't have enough excitement, inspiration to run your life, whether you don't have enough money to run your life outside world, or you don't have enough energy to run your body, you don't have enough energy to run your mind, whatever you don't have, please be very clear. It is side effect of some of your decisions not to live. Always support life. You decide at some points better not to live. Instead of living this kind of a life, better not to live. Please understand. You should always think, I will live in a better way, wherever I need to transform. No question of better not to live than living in this way. Whether your body does not have energy to get up, or your mind does not have enough excitement, whatever you may think you lack is nothing but the side effect of the decisions you did in your past against life. So, through this verse, Upanishad declares always decide for life. Kurvan neveha jijivishe. Listen. Kurvan neveha karmani jijivishe chadaggu samaha. Kurvan neveha karmani jijivishe chadaggu samaha. Always, 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 at any moment, decide for life. Your decision against life is SDHT, self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial. All your tiredness, physical tiredness, mental boredom. Actually, physically when you feel bored, that comes as tiredness. Mentally when you feel tired, that comes as boredom. And all pain is a suppressed anger. Understand? Whenever you become angry, you become violent and decide against life. Whenever you choose for life, your anger melts down into love and compassion. Any decision, please understand, even people who attack you, cherish enmity towards you, never decide against their life, never decide they should die or they should suffer. Always decide they should not interfere in your life. Any attempt they try to do to harass you or interfere in your life should be failed. Decide only for life. Listen, when somebody attacks you, tries to harass you, if you decide, let them be killed or destroyed, it is against life. Always decide, let them not be able to disturb me or harass me. Let them fail in their attempt to harass me or disturb me. That's enough. Let them transform not to disturb me or harass me. That is enough. That is the decision for life, I tell you. Whenever you decide for life, you become so powerful, strong. Naturally, no one will be able to harass you, disturb you, and cosmos will decide what to do with them, what to do with the people who are trying to attack you, harass you. Cosmos will decide what to do with them. God will decide what to do with them. In you, be very clear, you always decide for life. I tell you, a person who decides for life will be Tyagaraja. He will be such an amazing sacrificer out of love. Without even thinking, he is sacrificing. Listen. Tyagaraja. Tyagaraja. Always decide for life. There's a beautiful story of the great Rishi the Sichi. He even gave up his own body, his own spine, to be used as a weapon for the victory of the gods, Devatas. Always deciding for life. He did not decide against his life. He already achieved what he needs to achieve through his body. That is why he was ready to give it if it is going to be useful for somebody. Listen. Keep this as your cognition. Kuruvan nevega karmani jijivishechadagum samaha. One should decide always for life, yours and others. And whenever you decide for life, yours and others, it will never be in conflict with each other. It will never be in conflict with each other. Understand? Yours and others always being in conflict means that is animal world. Yours and others, when it does not exist in conflict, you become human being. Yours and others, when it becomes complementing each other, you become Devata, space of Devata. So if you are living in a space where there is a conflict between yours and others' life, you are still living the animal life. The life of beast, animals. And if you are living a life where there is no conflict between yours and others, you have come to the human space. You have come to Bhuloka. If there is always a conflict between yours and others' lives, you are in Patala. If you are in the space of no conflict between you and others' life, you are in Bhuloka. When your life and others' life complement each other, you are in Devaloka. So you decide what kind of loka you want to reside. I tell you, thousands go in this Mysore road. How many decide to come and live here? It's not that we kept the doors closed and we are inviting anybody from anywhere. We only want to make sure that they don't harm the Sangha and Sangha is not harmed by them. We make sure that they are in the space of completion, that they are not in the space of competing or threatening each other. They are in the space of just non-competition, or there is no incompletion. Listen. Always decide for life. Kurvanneveha karmani jijivishechadagum samaha. Decide to live hundreds of years. Today sit and complete all the decisions you took against life. Remember, whenever you made the decision, instead of this kind of life, better I can live, better I can go. All these decisions, thoughts, whenever you engaged, entertained, now it is time you complete with all that. If there is some complication, contradiction, decide, I will live. That is no question about it. If there is a incompletion, conflict, complication, I will complete it and make myself better. But the decision to live is unquestioned. Do not tire your decision to live. Listen. Do not weaken your decision to live. Do not abuse your decision to live. All disease is just the expression of your unconscious decisions against life. Your decision to live can change your DNA. Understand just this one verse. Completion with all your decisions against life. I guarantee in the national channel you will walk out of cancer. The satsang is live now in one local channel, Arra Live, Arra channel, ARRA, am I right? ARRA, and national channel Sadhana TV, and international channel Nithyananda TV. I am talking with responsibility, with all my integrity. Listen. Just this one verse. Take it as a command from cosmos. Command from Dharma Devata. Dharma Devata serves Kala Bhairava as a dog. The dog of Kala Bhairava is Dharma Devata. Dharma is the dog of Kala Bhairava. Understand, it is directly from Upanishads. Decide for life. Complete with all your decisions against life. Knowingly, unknowingly, whenever you decided against life, now complete all that. That is enough. Your DNA will have different programming, different energy. All your decisions against life should be completed. Incompletions created against life should be completed. And all the incompletions against life, all your decisions against life will be rooted in fear, and your wrong belief you may not be able to live. Creating a delusion you may not be able to live, and convincing not to live, and making you decide not to live and not living is fear. Creating the delusion you may not be able to live, and convincing you not to live, and making you decide not to live, and making you not to live is fear. With fear, you can do both. One, Baglo, run. Second, Baglo, participate. Baglo or Baglo. Understand Hindi downloading. Listen. Decide for life. If there is a delusion, you may not be able to live. Don't decide that you don't want to live. No. Decide, I'll complete this and continue to live. No question of giving upon. Not to give upon yourself and others is the decision expected from you from this verse. Kuruvanneveka karmani jijivishechadaggum samaha. This verse is a spiritual support for all the sick, weak, tired, poor people on the planet Earth. Whether it is a physical sickness, mental tiredness, or boredom in the life, or poverty in your outer world, whatever may be the problem, this one verse, Kuruvanneveka karmani jijivishechadaggum samaha, is solution. Listen. Fear has two expansion. Forget everything and run, or face everything and race. All your decisions not to live is made in powerless space. All your decisions not to live is made when your stomach is upset. All your decision against life is made when your stomach is upset, when you have weak guts. So whenever next time you have stomach upset, don't think, brood over, decide about life. Just take little haritaki powder, clean, then sit and plan your life. Do not entertain, believe, allow. Do not entertain, believe, allow anti-life decisions in you. No situation can make you powerless and give upon yourself. Please understand. Always decide. Kuruvanneveka karmani jijivishechadaggum samaha. Whether my boss is hitting at me, or my spouse is firing at me, or the society is suppressing me, no question of shrinking, no question of making even single decision against life. No. And when you decide for life, I tell you, it will always be in tune with them also, and even they will start falling in tune with you beautifully and become part of you. Listen, that is why I insist on Kuruvanneveka karmani jijivishechadaggum samaha. Always decide for life. Always decide for life. Always decide for life. Not having money in your bank account cannot make you poor. Poverty is you declaring bankruptcy voluntarily. Not having money in your bank account, but you giving upon and declaring bankruptcy is poverty. Same way, feeling tired is not giving upon life. Deciding not to get out of tiredness is giving upon life. Listen, I am not making this verse as self-motivation technique. No, I am telling you the truth. I neither believe in self-motivation nor believe in self-empowerment. I believe in truth. If truth empowers you, you are worthy of getting empowered. If truth does not empower you, disappear, die, better for you and for the universe. It is truth I am interested in. Reality I am interested in. I am not interested in classifying any of my book in the self-help category. No. Actually, my books can never be classified. You can't classify them as philosophy. You can't classify them as self-help. You can't classify them as religion. Soon the Library of Congress is going to have a difficulty to classify my books. Maybe I myself can give them classification and clear their problems. The book of books. The books out of which books can be churned out. Listen. This one verse can make a religion, new philosophy, or self-help books, anything. But this verse is all about reality. Kurvan neveha karmani jijivishechadaggum samaha. Decide. Beautifully Upanishad declares, Kurvanneveha karmani. One should decide. Should. It is an instruction. Listen. Blessing come instruction. Not one may decide, one can decide, one will no. One should decide to live in this world for 100 years, hundreds of years, all the while doing his deeds dispassionately. From the context of the earlier verse, Isha vashyamidaggum sarvam yat kincha jagatyan jagat tena tyaktena bunjitamakridakasya sviddanam. From that context, one should decide to live forever. I tell you, the moment you decide to live, complete with all your decisions not to live and drop, your very DNA changes. Just few days before, I read an article in the internet. One monk's mummified body was found, which is something like 200 years old, and Dalai Lama's personal physician, he is also a monk. He went and checked the body and declared that monk is not dead. He is still in meditative state. He declared that monk is in the state of duktam. In Sanskrit we call it turiyam. In Pali it is duktam. So he declared that monk is in the state of turiyam. And please understand, the body was mummified monk, found preserved in Mongolia, and I do accept what this Buddhist doctor declared about this monk. Seeing his body, I related with his consciousness. And I saw what this doctor, physician of Dalai Lama, who is also a Buddhist monk, what he declared, that monk is not dead. I accept that, and it is true, he is not dead. He has reached a space, he may not use this body again, but he is not dead. If he is dead 200 years, the hair, body, everything cannot be so intact. And above all, only the Eastern mystics and monks can understand the science of not using the body but not being dead. It is called Jiva Samadhi in Eastern traditions. Only the mystics can understand this science and this truth. After seeing the body of this monk, I am very clear this monk is in the state of turiyam, duktam in Pali, turiyam in Sanskrit. And I am so happy that Buddhists have decided to preserve his body and keep his body intact and worship, keep him as the symbol of that Jiva Samadhi, the state of Turiya. And it is just clear decision to live. See, any of you want to achieve this state, I tell you, all you need to do is only one. Just complete with all your incompletions, your decisions made consciously, unconsciously against life. Nothing should make you powerless. Nothing can make you powerless. Life is available to you eternally. Eternal life is available to you. Today, I request all the disciples and satsangis to sit and spend time in penning down all the moments you made the decisions against life, the thought currents you entertained against life, the thought trends you entertained against life. Pen down all those incompletions and incidents and complete with them. Do this completion for next 2-3 days, because at least next 2-3 days I'll be expanding on this sutra. I tell you, once you complete with all your decisions against life, and this order, command by Upanishad, kurvannevega jijivishet, kurvannevega karmani jijivishet, chadagun samaha. When this becomes your inner space, as a Vedanta Kesari, the lion of Vedanta, when you roar, kurvannevega karmani jijivishet, chadagun samaha, I tell you, the state of this Mongolian monk is your birthright. You will all achieve it. Especially, I want all my Gurukul kids to practice this and start practicing this. I tell you guys, I'll produce millions sitting in Jiva Samadhi. Not few hundreds, not few thousands, millions sitting in Jiva Samadhi. Physically in this Nithyananda Puri and spiritually in Aksharadhama. Please listen. All you need to do is just only one thing. Complete with all the incompletions related to life. Any decision you took against the life, dig out that situation, complete it and drop. That's all. Always decide for life. You have a right to live. With this context of Ishavasyam idaggum sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. Even if you have not achieved that context, decide to live and align that context to you more and more. Because you have not yet achieved that context, don't decide not to live or against the life. No. Decide to live. Declare. Decide. My DNA, I have the authority to reprogram, deprogram, program as I want. Decide to live. And even if one corner of you has self-doubt, I have decided many times not to live, what to do? I don't care. Now I am deciding to live. And whenever those decisions against life comes up, I'll complete, clean it up, but I am declaring and deciding to live. Kurvanneveka karmani jijivishetchadaggum samaha. As a disciple of Upanishadic rishis, as a follower of Upanishads, declare kurvanneveka karmani jijivishet chadaggum samaha. I decide to live. My decision is for life. From now on, not only consciously, even unconsciously, subconsciously, I will not entertain decision against life. I'll entertain only decision for life. Decision for life is Ketu. Decision against life is Rahu. The power which makes Ketu live is Guru. Understand? Even when the demon went and stood in the line of Devatas to receive the nectar, his own SDHD part was not complete. That is why when he put the nectar into his mouth, before he could swallow and digest, his head was cut off. But his desire to live can't be destroyed. That is why he became Ketu and Rahu. His SDHD became Rahu. His decision to live became Ketu. And he continues to exist. So finally SDHD failed. He is still alive along with the Devatas. Understand? Decide to live. Sometimes I see people, just ordinary, simple situations. If the traffic jam happens in the road, they decide to die. Mentally they think, instead of this life, better I can die. These kind of words they start uttering. Even this, all 4-letter words, is decision against life. All the 4-letter words is decision against life. Understand? Decide to life is the message from Upanishads to all of you. Look in, and purify yourself again and again to your very DNA. Decide to live. Decide to live. Decide to live. Yesterday we had Vakyartha Satas in the Gurukul, which I also attended. Of course, Gurukul kids are continuing with their Vakyartha Satas. Yesterday I also participated. Soon you guys can get the Vakyartha Satas in live Nithyananda TV. Soon it will happen. I was just shocked the way these kids are defining every definition without missing a single word. My joy knew no bounds. The way they are growing, I am so happy for them. Actually, the Vakyartha Sadas by the kids, Gurukul kids, is a commentary on my teaching, on my satsangs. And I sincerely recommend all the satsangis to watch the live relay of the Vakyartha Sadas by the Gurukul kids every day. Today, the subject for Vakyartha Sadas, theme for Vakyartha Sadas is decision to live. And how we are deciding not to live. What all the ways we are deciding against life, against powerfulness, against abundance, against excitement, against inspiration. Any of your decision against any of this is decision against life. Even your decision to entertain tiredness and lie down in the bed and support the tiredness. Even your decision encouraging boredom and lying down, withdrawing from life, is decision against life. So, deciding to live, how to complete with all the decisions against life, is the subject for today's Vakyartha Sadas. When I saw the Vakyartha Sadas by the Gurukul kids, I was just overflowing. I told Rishi Advait, you don't know what I am doing to Veda Mata. You don't know this offering to Veda Mata, because not out of any arrogance or pride, ego I am claiming. Please understand, nowhere in the planet Earth now, at least now, where the kids sit and do Vakyartha Sadas. You can see in some places some pandits, old swamis, sit and discuss over few betel leaf, betel nut, pan, few things. Kids may chant little bit, but here, kids so sincerely debating, exploring, digging deep, getting deeper and deeper understanding, and being honest in what they are uttering. Within few days, after the proper arrangements are done, I am going to open the Vakyartha Sadas by kids also for public to come and see, just like morning satsang. I am just working on all the arrangements to be done, like a mic set and the barricade protection for the kids. All that I am doing. Once it is ready, I invite the public to come and see the Vakyartha Sadas, the discussion of spiritual principles, debate on spiritual principles by the Gurukul kids. Nithyananda Gurukul kids. Yesterday when they were discussing actually they felt little intimidated by my physical presence. But even then, the way they all repeated every definition of the great spiritual truths, especially after I put the condition, you should speak only what you honestly, with integrity believe, with authentically what you made as your cognition. And I invite the whole world to watch it through Nithyananda TV live or come physically be here and learn by sitting and listening to the Bala sons of Nithyananda Sangha. The Swamis and Goswamis, the Bala sons of Nithyananda Sangha. Understand, it is not that just they read with a blindfolded eyes. I am shocked the way they describe every spiritual truth without missing a single word. So the essence of this declaration of Upanishads, decide for life. Kurvan neveka karmani jijivishechadaggu samaha. Deciding for life is making Lakshmi live in your heart, awakening Lakshmi in your heart. Deciding Lakshmi to live in your heart, awakening Lakshmi in your DNA. That is what is the meaning of Vishnu, awakening Lakshmi during the churning of the Milky Ocean. Mahadeva, keeping the Nilaganta, this means the Alagala, poison in his throat and becoming Nilaganta. I already explained, all poison can be used as medicine by the right person, used in the right direction, in the right way. All medicine is poison, I tell you. Used properly, it becomes medicine. So who else knows the technology of using the ultimate poison in an ultimate proper way other than Mahadeva? That's why he kept the whole thing in his kanda, in his throat, and uses it properly as a medicine just through his breathing and through his words and just by blowing through his mouth. That is why when he blows through his mouth, the Kundalini snake, which has taken a little bit of that poison, awakens and starts dancing. When this poison air comes out, that poison feels awakened. Listen. Decide for life. When you decide for life, even poison becomes medicine with you. I'll continue on the remaining verse in the further satsangs. So, it's time. I bless you all. Let all of you radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, and living Advaita, eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
beautiful verse from Ishavasya Upanishad. Even in that verse, the main message to exist for hundreds of years. That's what the verse basically says. Kurvan neveha karma ani jiji visheshatagum samaham. That word, jiji visheshatagum samaham, meaning you have to live for hundreds of years. The word living in this whole context, you all listen to what Swamiji had shared so beautifully, how our actions should be taken, what kind of a context we need to have. Understand, to live for hundreds of years. It's based on what kind of a life you're choosing to live, which decides whether it's going to be a curse or going to be a boon for you. If it's a boon, it'll be like how Lord Hanuman is living eternally. All the Chiranjeevis who have that life of eternity, living forever. Or you can be like Ashwatthama, that living eternally is a curse on him. He is not happy to live. Krishna curses him to live forever, and he will never die. The difference of context really, really matters. Actually, till now, the number of minutes that all of us have spent, because the context was pure, seeking, listening to those great truths, making those cognitions as our powerful cognitions. Just because of that beautiful happening in each of our beings, the number of minutes that we have spent in this has not just contributed to our own life, but to that of planet Earth itself. Understand every minute that you had spent today in that beautiful space of oneness, having your inner space pure, reflecting that the macrocosm has now contributed as minutes for the global peace itself. You all might be wondering, what does that mean? Every moment, what context we exist in matters. That is the same context that will reflect, create a ripple effect in the cosmos. So, as we indulge more and more into this minutes for peace, by establishing in our beautiful space of oneness, it directly contributes for global peace. Register your number of minutes that you had contributed today for the global peace. Link is projected below. minutes4peace.org. You can just register number of minutes that you had spent today, and it's optional. If you want, you can also put your name and your email ID and click that button, add minutes. Great to see every day the number of minutes is just hiking up more and more. 1.5 billion. Looks like soon it's going to cross 1.86 billion. Take a few minutes and fill it in. Once again, just want to thank all of you for joining us for this Nitya Satsang. Let us all sit straight and conclude with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.